tremendous fear and sometimes avoided looking at my back like this. Anyone? Because I was so afraid and I felt responsible for people staying on their products. So if you have those feelings about going into your virtual office, I want you to push those aside when you do this exercise because that's not what we are there for today. Before logging on, you are going to say an empowerment statement to yourself. It will sound something like this. I am a master of retention, and I am going to find people who want more Plexus in their homes. I have all the tools I need to help the people that want change. Your intention is to be specific in this task about who you are looking for and find people that are only loving their products. We're not going to worry about the people who aren't loving their products right now in this exercise. We are not going to let it bother us. We are doing happy work today in our virtual office. We are looking for the people that love Plexus. So first, we log on to that virtual office. Step 1, click on My Business. Step 2, click on Points and Rank Up. Step 3, click on Level 1 tab once. That's going to bring all of your Level 1s to the top in order. This is exactly what I do. Our goal is to find people who are ordering and send each of them a message. When you find someone that is ordering, like Alec, you are going to click on their order number so that you can see what he has been ordering. You're going to personalize a message to him. Oh, look, he's ordering the Triplex and Ease every single month. What a good boy. So now, you're going to pull Alec up in Facebook Messenger, or my preference is a text, and you're going to say, hey, Alec, I know how much you love your products. It makes me so happy. This is why I do what I do. Would you be open to inviting 5 or 6 of your friends over to your house this month to try Slim Hunger Control? I could share my story with them, and when they have questions, I can answer them. If they're ready to order, we can sign them up on your website. Would you allow me to come and do that for you? The first response will go as follows. Alec texts back, yeah, I think I could do that. I'll get Trish to invite some friends over. So I say, great! How about next Thursday at 7 p.m.? Does that work for you? Alec responds, yeah! I don't just stop there. My next step is to help Alec message ideas on how to invite people over to hear about Plexus. An example invite might go something like this. Trish and I are having a get-together at our house this Thursday at 7 p.m. where you can come and taste the pink drink that has helped us with our hunger control. It's all informational, and we are going to have good food and fun drinks. Would you be able to come? Make sure Alec and Trish know that they need to keep track of their yeses, their nos, and their maybe people, so they can send follow-up messages the day of the get-together event. Tell their yes people to bring a friend too. The more, the merrier. They can send this message in a text or call on the phone or go to lunch and invite them. It's not only text. I always like to bring anyone on my team that lives close by and invite them to bring a friend or two also. The more social proof, the better. Now, what if his response went the other way? Alec responds, we just aren't quite ready for that yet. I don't feel comfortable inviting people to my home. So I say something like, oh, no problem, I completely understand. It's not for everyone. Instead, would you be willing to give me a shout out on Facebook that says something like, hey, I want to thank Emily for introducing me to Plexus. It has really helped me with more energy, losing weight, and even Trish is feeling better with it too. Thank you so much, Emily, for telling me about these products. Would you be willing to do something like that for me instead? Sure, I can do that, he says. I say, thank you so much. Do you think you could do that for me today? He says, sure, I can do that. Great. When you post, will you message me so I don't miss it? I would love to comment on it. Most people will do this as long as you show them exactly what it looks like, feels like, sounds like. These two things get you in front of your friends and family, their friends and family, so that you can send, share, and invite with them. As you are going through your level 1 list, you may come across someone who you have a closer relationship with that you know would rock the business. They might be scary, but you can send them a more direct message like this. Hey Genevieve, I know how much you love your products, and I've always thought how fun you are to be around. I admire how much you give to others. You care about people so deeply, and you go after what you want. It makes me think about how you would be amazing at what I do. I have a quick 3-minute video to show you why I have done what I've done. It may or may not be for you, but if I sent it to you, would you watch it? And she replies, yes, I really have thought about it before, but I'm not sure I could do what you've done. Now this conversation goes on, but maybe along the way she sees that she isn't interested right now, and it may take me 3 months to finally connect with her to start sharing Plexus business more. That's okay. In the meantime, don't make it awkward when you see them. Remember, it takes 7 to 11 exposures before someone is ready to purchase your business, so to speak. Obviously, they don't have to purchase your business other than their $39.95, but they do have to buy into the idea of believing they can do it and what you say the business is capable of. And in my experience, even the most successful people don't believe they can actually do it. It is our job as leaders to see their potential before they see their own potential. If they seem standoffish during this process of relationship building and business building exposure process, pretend like nothing has happened. Be a duck, calm and cool on the surface, kicking like mad underneath the water where no one can see, right? You have just dug up gold in your back office, you guys. This is what I do regularly in my business every single month. We've had people tell us no. We've had people ignore us. But we have dug up gold in our back office. If you want to make the life of your dreams, you are going to have to do the uncomfortable of digging up gold in your backyard. It's not going to come to you. If you want to rank up, which you all said you did, this is where you have to start. This is step 1. Who skips this step? Y'all skipping the step? I know you are. Okay, everyone say this with me. I will not skip step 1.
I will not skip step 1.
Once you've done this, you can sit down with your business building ambassadors and help them to do the same thing. Help them complete step 1. Now, because you all have agreed not to skip step 1, I'm going to tell you what step 2 is. Do not do this first. Step 1, then 2. Step 2 is when an ambassador comes to you and says, I'm ready to work the business. You pee your pants, you have sweat tacos, and you're so excited. And you're like, I don't know what to do. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what to do. All right? Start by saying, great! Let's make a first post on what the products have done for you or what you're looking to achieve if they haven't started the products yet. Everything else is done by sitting with them face to face. If they live close to me, I go to their home or invite them to my home. But if they live far away, we simply get on a Zoom call together. I start the conversation by figuring out what motivates them to be successful. This is so key in helping them to get into action. Are they motivated by getting from point A to point B as quickly as possible? Are they motivated by a deep connection with others? What about keeping the peace? Do they love to have a good time and be fun? Once you know this, you can use it to drive their actions. Next, go through the Facebook post they've made and message every person that responded to their post by using the sharing system. I help them craft every message and select every video they send so they can learn. If their post didn't have any traction, like not a single like or comment, that's okay. My first one didn't either. Sometimes people don't see posts on Facebook. There's no reason to be upset. The Facebook algorithm can be so challenging, and Instagram is even worse. It happens. If this happens, we cruise right along. It doesn't affect us. We take out their leads you didn't know you had list. And if they haven't filled it out yet, we're going to fill it out together. Then we reach out to 5 to 10 people side by side. Sometimes they will call people on the phone instead of messaging them or set up a lunch date. I always ask them if they are more comfortable calling, texting, Facebook, Instagram messaging. Let them pick. My favorite analogy about getting people to silver is what one diamond, Ashley Kinsel, taught me. If it's freezing and raining outside, you're not going to ask your child, "Oh, honey, do you want to wear a coat?" No, they don't get that choice because it's not good for them. Instead, Ashley says, you're going to ask them, do you want a blue coat or a green coat? The same goes for helping people get to silver. Do they want to do a first post or a first video? Do they want to call their friends and family, text message them, or have a few people over to their home? Let them choose what they are most comfortable, most excited about, and get into their comfort zone to achieve it. This is not about you, it's about them. Even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. Do it! That is usually the end of our first meeting, and I say this first because it doesn't stop there. I meet with them weekly until they are able to do the sharing system on their own, and even then, I just like to get together, so I keep going. You need to be putting the pedal to the metal because you are the leader. You cannot be waiting for them to come to you. Do it on their own or just figure it out. They're not going to figure it out on their own in most cases. You need to be doing it. You need to be driving the ship. And you need to be laying gold in your backyard. It is important to remember that if they don't want to do any of these things with you, it doesn't mean you failed. It just means you need to go back to relationship building and start building that trust with them. You can no longer say, I'm stuck, or I just don't know what to do when it's time to work, because you now have the steps to never get stuck or lost again. If you ever catch yourself thinking, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, I want you to think back and say, oh gosh, Emily already told me what to do. It's called taking action, stirring things up, and digging for gold. Now, I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but who's ready to stir things up?